we go. One more act of this section. Deage Paxton's going to come on and entertain you, make you feel very welcome on three. Start the round of applause. 1, 2, 3, go! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Deage Paxton!
Hi. So I was watching a video recently of a woman who was smoking a cigarette with her vagina, and I could tell that she'd done it before because she was able to like flick the ash off the end of the cigarette and like blow smoke rings. But this is how I know I'm fucked up. This is how I know I'm fucked up. Is that when I saw that video, my first reaction wasn't, "Oh, that's terrible. I should stop watching that immediately." My first thought was, do you think if she stopped smoking, she has to teach that thing to chew the gum instead? We got any other smokers in tonight? Vaginal otherwise? You see, secondhand smoke can kill, which is why I've stopped buying my cigarettes on eBay. Now I can smoke around my kids all I want. That's a joke. I don't have any kids anymore. One thing I like to do at the start is just to kind of get a bit of a feel for the crowd. Just give me a cheer if you want to hear some dirty jokes. Okay. Give me a cheer if you want to hear some clean jokes. Okay. So I was masturbating in the shower the other day. Because I can always see a couple of judgmental looks from women. And enjoy your long baths, you fucking hypocrites. And then two very important things, right? If you mix water and cum, you will never be able to scrub it off your foot. And number two, the masturbating in the shower is a lot of fun at home, but if you do it at the gym, they will revoke your membership. Did you just squirt that out your nose there a little bit? Okay. Just to let you know, we're filming in here tonight, but it's only in the bathrooms, so you can... I was accidentally chasing a child the other day. Tell you what was happening, okay? I was going to get the train, and there was a little girl in front of us. And as we're heading down the stairs towards the platform, she starts to pick up a walk. So I started to pick up my walk because I thought she had heard the train. So she begins to jog, I begin to jog. She begins to sprint, I begin to sprint. We reach the bottom of the platform, and there's no train. Just a terrified looking 12-year-old. And it definitely didn't help that I was naked. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna... I'm a middle child. We got any other middle children? I'm gonna call middle children. I'm a middle child. I have an older brother and a younger sister, and my parents say that they love us all equally, which is bullshit. Like I had when my older brother was born, they decided to have him christened because they wanted his soul to go to the thing or whatever, right? But then when I was born, they were like, "We're not really done. We're kind of done with religion. Let's not get this one christened." Fair enough, it happens. And my little sister was born, and they were like, "I think we should get this one christened. This one." You realize that, like, I'm the only one in my family who's not allowed into paradise. Like, I don't want to sound paranoid, but this seems like a really long-term plan to fucking get rid of us. And my parents are like, "We love you, but just not the idea of spending eternity for you, you know?" That's more sad than funny, really, isn't it? I went to the opera for the first time recently. Didn't know anything about opera, but one thing I did learn is they fucking hate if you sing along. Any fans of audiobooks? Very timid, okay. I fucking love audiobooks, man. The reason I love audiobooks, the only problem I feel is that they make you feel way more intelligent than you actually are. Because you can go through like a book a month, and then you start telling people, you're like, I am reading so much recently. You're not reading shit, right? And what I realized, I was mainly listening to it like as I was going to bed. So it's really less that I'm like practicing the discipline of reading and absorbing the nutritional content of each book, and more I'm just willing to pay £8 a month to have an actual grown-up read to me as I fall asleep. The funniest thing is I've been doing this for so long now that now I literally can't sleep without a bedtime story. Like I need. Any fans of Dungeons and Dragons in tonight? One, yeah. That's normally what that gets. I love Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is, it's a fantasy role-playing game where the outcome of your decisions is determined by a die roll. So you would like decide what you're gonna do. You get a 20-sided dice and you roll it, and then no girl ever touches your dick again. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money, green leather sofa. Got to ride the limousine with the chauffeur. Phone bill's about 2 G's flat. No need to worry, my can't handles that. Isn't me, or have Biggie's lyrics aged horribly? Like, this guy's gonna be a gangster, and he's bragging about the fact he has a Super Nintendo. I just like the idea of him sitting there like, bitch, go and get me some Hennessy and a blunt, and then come back here and suck my dick. You didn't know where that bit was going, did you? No, it's all right. Are you Biggie Small fans as well, or big fans? Which album? Live and Die? What we're talking? All of them. I don't. That's the Superman Mario theme. We'll catch up later. I'm a bit busy right now, but we'll. Has anyone here got a dog? Yeah. A dog. I got a new dog recently. One of the things I learned about my new dog is she fucking hates bonfire night. You know, like the fireworks like drive her crazy. So what I think I'm going to do next year is I'm going to set them off outside. You guys online? I'm online. One thing I like to do when I'm online is I like to post up little clips of my stand-up, right? Check this out. I posted a clip recently that got over 10,000 views. Thank you very much. And listen, I know there are people who get way more views on the videos, but those numbers mean a lot to me, right? Because it took fucking ages to watch it that many times. We got any weed smokers in tonight? That makes sense. There's like a half-second delay over here. A friend of mine told me recently that smoking weed causes brain cell death. So I looked it up, and it's actually a myth that's based on an experiment they did in the 60s, where they're going to give these rhesus monkeys like 3 joints worth of weed a day over the course of a month, and then measure the effects. But what they actually did over the course of a year, for 8 hours a day, they'd just strap a mask to the monkey's face and just fucking pump smoke into its lungs. And at the end of it, they went, what does weed do? And they were like, look, the monkeys are fucked. And it was just because they couldn't breathe, right? Which is the equivalent of me smothering an old woman, just... and then going, I think grandma's allergic to pillow. I was in Poundland recently. If you don't know what Poundland is, it's where people go to buy things when they spend all their money on heroin. I'm in Poundland. I'm looking at this transgender security guard. Not because she's transgender, but because the name on the badge says Jamie Lee Curtis, like the actress. So I'm having that fantasy in my head. That's Jamie Lee Curtis, the actress, who's now a transgender security guard in Poundland. And out of nowhere, this woman, this piece of shit woman, stepped in front of us in the queue, and she had a kid with her, right? And I don't know what it is about fat children, but they're just easier to hate, you know? Those got like sticky jam hands and fucking wats of dust all over the fucking. So anyway, I look up at the owner, and I could tell this woman was a piece of shit from the back of her head. And at one point, she turned around and noticed I was looking at Jamie Lee Curtis. So she says, "Can you believe that used to be a man?" I'm like, "Who the fuck are you to judge anyone? Who the fuck drag around fucking Augustus Gloop everywhere?" I didn't say any of that. I just went, And then she said, "Can you believe that that's a tranny?" And just about to go and tell this woman to go and fuck herself, the little girl looks up at us and goes, "Hey, you're that guy from the train station." I'm honestly so grateful to be here. I think especially with the whole COVID thing, it made us kind of appreciate it a bit more. And I mean, like, it seemed like everybody was getting it for a second. Like, even in this room, give me a cough if you've had COVID before. A couple of people, probably a few more tomorrow. I think one of the weirdest side effects of COVID is it can change your tastes. Like before COVID, I was like really into like spicy food, and now I'm like really into like black guys. I don't know. I didn't get the virus either. It was. You know, one of my favorite things about getting old is you kind of figure out what you do and don't like in the bedroom. Like, for example, my friend here, how old are you, my friend? Sorry? 50. What was your name? Arma. Now, here's the thing about 50-year-old Arma, right? 50-year-old Arma knows exactly what kind of filthy, nasty shit that 50-year-old Arma likes, okay? Am I right, Arma? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One thing I figured out myself recently is I don't like to be called daddy during sex. I think it's weird. I think it's off-putting. And if you ask me, I don't even think a kid should be in the room. Yeah. Your reaction is just delicious. It's just. A lot of women say you can tell about how a man makes love by the way that he dances, which is why whenever I dance with a woman, I always try and choke a little, put my finger in her bum. Yeah, you didn't know I do the hooky pokey with me. You're just worried what I'm going to say next, aren't you? Anyone here watch porn before? I stopped watching porn recently. I stopped watching porn because I think it creates unrealistic expectations that my girlfriend's never going to be able to keep up with. No, like, it's completely unfair for me to expect her to, have a dick. That's not. Especially now I'm into black guys. It's a whole thing. I'm gonna be signing things after the show, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. We've all had this problem before. Wrong hole. That's fair enough. So I'm going to be truthful with you. I don't do a lot of songs, mainly because they're not really appropriate for other people. There's this song was like kind of written as a way to kind of bring people together, but kind of took a bit of a dark turn. What else? Oh yeah, there's like a bit of a sing-along bit at the end of this song. You can join in if you'd like, or don't. By that reaction, I'm not your mother. Oh. Some people suck titties. Oh, and some people suck balls. Some people like a big old dick. Some like to lick buttholes. Some people pick pussy. Oh, and some people prefer feet. Some people want to fuck their step siblings, keep it in their family. Some people like big girls and some like them old. Some people fuck people in wheelchairs. That's just the way they roll. Some people are into amputees, and who am I to judge? Although I'll never understand the appeal, yeah, it's really got me stumped. Some people like poop, and some people like pee. Some people say some people when they secretly mean me. And when you really think about it, when all is said and done, it doesn't matter who you are, 'cause everybody just wants somebody else's cum. Come, 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 now sing along, 'cause everybody just wants somebody else's cum, 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 'cause so clip up my nipples, put my dick in a vice. What did you put in my butt? 'Cause it kind of felt nice. And don't you ever yuck somebody else's yum. Because everybody just wants somebody else's hot, frothy, sticky, gross smelling. Hey, summer!
Ladies and gentlemen.